Just got done watching a 3 hour movie. Um, really good stuff. I cannot sit down for 3 hours, but I did for this because it's such a good history, a rehash, putting things in their place in time as far as when the Bible was in lack of print and then came into print, the persecution of believers, right up to the point. Well, this is 10 years old, this movie, and it's great in a way because you couldn't make a doco like that now anyway. Um, I haven't seen anything quite as good for a long time put together that well, and you couldn't travel around now and meet all the people you need to, and I think probably a lot of them that spoke on this documentary aren't around anymore. In, including, I'm wondering if the owner of this YouTube is or not, channel is, because the last movie they made was 10 years ago. And I actually just linked one of their movies this morning with did the Vatican create Islam? So I got looking into this guy's other videos and I went, oh, I'll have a look at this, and it's called A Lamp in the Dark, the Papacy Against the Bible and Christians. See if that gets through the AIA. Yeah, so I mean, I can't sit down for 3 hours straight and watch anything, but I did with this. Very, very jam-packed with information. Great for putting you in a more awareness of the times we're in now and the times that led up to this. The constant striving of that whole system to take over the whole of the world's powers. The way they were constantly trying to take over America and England through use of Jesuits, and what the believers had to go through, and where our modern Bibles come from. I mean, even there's a lot of propaganda that, oh, you can't trust the Bible because the Catholics put the Bible together. Well, which one did they put together? And it's not true that they did. They put Douay-Rheims together. That was a Jesuit counter-Reformation move. There's a lot of other things were, including learning against learning. A lot of the Jesuitical taking of universities and even NASA, all the original astronomers were Jesuitical. So, if that's a word. So anyway, I recommend this link I'm going to put below. The Light in the Dark Place, the Papacy Against Bible and Christians. And I hope you enjoy and get something out of it, because it does overcome a lot of the things you hear on the internet that trolls will speak, and sort of gives you a good rapid fire how things came about as far as modern day believers, did they come along through this whole system, and what did they believe? Well, it doesn't go into so much what they believed in depth, because even Martin Luther, he didn't really leave a lot of the Catholic doctrines. He was against penances and things like that, but he didn't move against the Trinity, as far as I'm aware, or a supernatural devil. Okay, so I guess I'm presenting this link for any of those who want a bit of a background before I start sort of dealing with parts out of the Protesters, the book that dealt with the people in Switzerland and France, I believe, the Huguenots, Waldenses, which this movie does cover the Waldenses a little bit, but as I said, they had nothing much into what they believed. They made out that the major sort of thing that they had against the Roman system was transubstantiation, which is the wafer and the wine were actually the flesh and blood of Messiah every time they were taken. That the elements of blood and his flesh were actually in the biscuit and the wine. So he was constantly sacrificed over and over. when there was a lot more that those protesting believers had against the Catholic Church, like, for example, infant baptism. I'll leave it at that, and hopefully you go watch the link and, yeah, enjoy.